now we're getting into the really cool and fun stuff. I think there's nothing quite like going abroad, as much as those first 2 points we've covered are really important, because unless you really are loaded with loads of cash, you're probably not going to be going abroad every single week or month. And so it's important to have that baseline of joyful experiences without having to spend so much money or rely on other circumstances like I've built up with my job as well, to travel with my job. But my first international experience happened, well, first of all, with the family when I was a child. So really that was very much about parents planning and researching and getting us away to places like the Canaries and Spain and the typical holiday destinations. But my first trip that I did solo, and if you've read my book you'll be aware of this story quite famously, was that I decided to go to Australia, as it was the other side of the world and therefore the most difficult. Now for me, with my care and all the equipment that I have, this was a really, really big deal. Now again, whether you're disabled or not, you may not want to go to the other side of the world for your first trip or even ever. Some people just can't stand the thought of being on a plane for that long. But I guess just my story goes to show that those types of other side of the world, long flights via Singapore, which is where I stopped off, to Australia, they are possible. And they are really challenging, but really amazing fun as well. And I think the fact that it was such a challenge made it so much more enjoyable. And really from that point, I just caught the travel bug, and I went to places like California on a road trip, including Las Vegas as well, to New York, to Mexico, to Tokyo, a couple of road trips all around Europe. Really just so many amazing places in the world that whatever it is you're into, whether it's just laying on a beach and having the hot sun, or maybe doing something more with the nature, or something adventurous, which will come on into the next thing. There really is such an amazing world out there of different places. But also I want to mention the other part for me, which is why I love traveling, is around the people and the culture. When I first actually kind of lived abroad for more than just a week or two on holiday, I went to the north of Spain for about 3 months, 2 or 3 months for the first time. And I've done that a few times since. And there's a richness to going somewhere for more than a holiday. You really get to understand the rhythm of life, the way that people are, even learning a new language, which I've really enjoyed learning Spanish as well, and all of the foods and the delicacies. It's really just something so different. And I think, again, in going out of your comfort zone, it teaches you a bit more about what you already have, which comes back to having the gratitude we talked about in the health section. So for all of this reason about seeing the world and all the places, but these experiences with people and culture, I can't recommend going on international travels enough.